right, well, another week has passed. That means it's heyday. Time for a little herd update. I know all you watch these heyday videos, and I was thinking as I was mucking these, I guess they're not stalls, but this pavilion out that they eat under this morning, I was thinking this is a great time to learn the herd because there's a lot of new friends out there. So every week we feed a 4x5 round cutting hay bale. It's in a orange slow feeder hay net. These are 1 1/4 inch holes that they pull the hay from. This slows them down. For those of you who are new to donkeys, they like to graze 19 hours a day because they are desert animals. So they're used to living in the desert, wandering, finding whatever junk is growing that they can eat. They can survive on just about anything. So the rich grasses are too much for them. Makes them really sick up here in the Northeast. But so this hay bale was sponsored by our good friend Maria Lake. Maria is a local friend, over a decade now, and got a beautiful daughter. And she likes to come visit the farm, and she sponsored a hay bale this week for him. So this is first cutting. So this is Northeast hay. It's about 800 to 1,200 pounds, and it's lasting about 5.5 days now that our babies are getting bigger. And at home, you're going to say to yourself, how do you know them apart? It's really tough. They came from a starvation rescue. They all had basically the same father, and they're very similar. Some of them have more of a white face, and there's boys and girls, and their coats change, and they're very similar. So one way you can always tell is this is Molly. She did not come from that starvation case. She came from a slaughter auction when she was about 8 months old, and her buddy right here is Franklin. And Franklin has a really distinctive curve to his left ear, but more so how you can tell is he's always by her side. So when Franklin was separated from his mama, which we had to do, he came over here, and Teddy and Ivan weren't here, and Albert wasn't here either, actually, I don't think. And Molly was the biggest, and he's like, oh, well, that must be a mom because she's big. Well, she was almost the same age as he was, so she was kind of like, get off of me. So he has like a mother-son relationship with Molly, and Molly doesn't always love it, but she embraces it. This really dark chocolate one here is Harry. Harry had really long fur when she came in, and hi, Harry. You're a sweet girl. Give a kiss. Oh, you're so sweet. Is that for Maria? Say thank you for the hay, Maria. She had so much filth clumped up on her. We thought she had male parts, and it took the vet actually diving in to see if there was testicles there or if she had been fixed at some point to say, hey, are you playing a game with me, because this is a girl. So next to her is her actual oh, maybe that's not. Jeez, now I'm confused. I believe this is Autumn next to her. Yeah. So Autumn is actually her full sister, but they were never together as sisters because we had to wean Harry off of her mother. She was nursing at her mother's side, and Autumn was growing in her belly, and they were starved. The SPCA pulled them and 90 other animals. This is Marv. He has a really white face, and he gives great kisses. Give Maria a kiss. Thank you, you sweet boy. Marv and Harry were partners because they were the same age, and they were the two babies that were at the mother's side during that rescue. Marv has decided that he loves him a Molly. Right, Molly? Everybody loves Molly. How could you not? She's a big teddy bear. She's loving. She's got them sexy long legs. That's what he tells me anyway. So Marv's a great boy. And then next to him is his brother, Cole. Hi, you want to give more kisses? Thank you. And Cole has some of the white face that Marv does. Marv looks most like the dad, the Jack of that herd. He didn't come with us because he wasn't fixed, and we had to break up the adults because they developed really, really bad habits around feeding time because they were starved and wild. So they were really aggressive with each other, and the herd family dynamic had to be broken up. This is Lulu. She's a miniature donkey. Oh, these ones are all small standards. Molly is a large standard, by the way. Lulu is right on the fringe of being a mini. I think she's 30 5 inches or 36, so she's right on the edge of mini donkey. She came from Pennsylvania. She was abused pretty bad. She was young, and it took 4 years to be able to touch her face, and she's still nervous about it. Sliding into position here is Benjamin. Benjamin was born on the farm. He is the smallest mini we have, and for a while he was a micro mini. He might have grown a little bit. And then this is his mama here. This is Becky. Hey Becky, what are you doing eating the stuff that they're pulling off? Can you say hi to everybody? We call her Becky with the good hair because she's got those crazy bangs in the winter. Becky came from a breeding facility, and she gave birth to Benjamin on July 5th. Oh, we didn't forget about you, Albert. You want to say hi to Maria? Give Maria a kiss. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're a sweet boy. Albert is a mule. For those of you who don't know, a mule is a combination of a horse and a donkey. So Albert's mom was a Belgian draft horse, and his dad was a mammoth donkey. And what you get is a 15-3 big baby boy here. So as you can see with these hay nets, they actually can get quite a bit out of there. Nice sweet boy. Give Maria kisses. Thank you. Slows them down, lets them eat for a long time. They normally have a 1-inch whole hay net. That slows them down even more, but during the winter months they need the extra hay to stay warm. So this was a donation that was put together by Jasmine, one of our adoptees. She has Red Mama, and a bunch of you came together to pay for this hay net, so it's been a really good addition. We'll be switching back over to the 1-inch pretty soon, just because we don't want them to get too obese. Obviously, that's the biggest thing with donkeys. Overfeeding is almost as much of a risk as underfeeding. So it's pretty warm out today. Yesterday I was able to get the equipment in here and get this scraped off, and the herd has started refilling it for me overnight, so that's awesome. Couldn't scrape down too much because it's still icy, but it's warm enough. We all have our coats off, myself included. It's crazy to go from negative temperatures to warmth. This is Ivan. Ivan is 1 inch shy of being a mammoth donkey. Oop, I fell in the snow. Sorry, buddy. Good grief. Yeah, it's deep. Ivan's cool because he's white and he's spotted. I'll go on the other side. You can see the spots better. You want to say thank you to Maria for getting you some hay? I say no. I'm just going to eat my food. So Ivan and Teddy, who's our mammoth donkey, there he is, came from an auction down in Oklahoma. They were a hitching team. They were hitched together their whole life, it seems like, and worked together. We saw them hitched together at the auction, but they have not been here. But they were both diagnosed with Cushing's disease and endocrine disease, if I'm not mistaken. And it took about a year and multiple tests to figure it out. There's some of his spots. Pretty cool. Hi, yeah, we're showing you off, buddy, because you're a handsome boy, aren't you? So over the winter last year, Ivan lost a lot of his muscle tone on his top line, and his feet were a mess. So Cushing's meds have helped a lot. He has a mix of pelletized hay and senior feed, which is a total feed, because he's having trouble getting the nutrients. You can see some of the food dropping out of his mouth. He's old. He's around 20, and his teeth are a little worn down, and life has been hard on him. So he's in his retirement home, and he's learning to trust people. He was terrified of people. Teddy is older than that. He's over 25. We have no idea how much older than 25. The longest living mammoth donkey was 55 years old, I believe, just passed away. So Teddy could be anywhere from 25 to, I don't know, 35, but we just say 25. And he's doing really well. He put a couple 100 pounds on since being here. He was skin and bones when he came, lost all his fur. And I don't think he'd be alive if it hadn't been for everybody who came together to help get him up here and give him the life he has. So he's wonderful. He's learning to trust people. He did his first nose breathing with a human the other day with our friend Dragon, which was really special. And it's warm enough today. He's got his blanket off, letting his skin breathe a little bit. Gives me hugs every day now, whereas a month ago I couldn't, well, I guess probably 2 months ago, I couldn't even touch his face, especially when he's closed off in this area. He's eating a senior feed right now with a, both Teddy and Ivan have a pelletized supplement to help their hooves too. It's been like 2 years of trying to get their feet right, so it's been a real process. He's a great boy. He's learning to trust people. He was definitely dealt with a heavy hand. So yeah, so there's your herd update and an introduction for those of you who haven't met everybody. They live outside all year round. They have 2 3-sided enclosures called run-ins. They have one over here, which was supposed to be a feeding area for the old boys and became a playhouse for the young ones. And then they have a 12 by 24 over here that they're 12 by 30, 10 by 30, excuse me, with a tack room on the side where we keep all the senior feed and stuff. So built this pavilion a couple years back so that their hay would stay dry and that they would stay dry. Did not have Albert when I built it, so I measured really closely to see if I could, keep their butts under here. Albert's a little bigger than I ever thought I would have on the farm. And he was worth every second of it, right, buddy? He's a good boy. He takes me for rides sometimes, but he's on retirement too. So anyway, there's your update and introductions. If you're still with me, thank you very much, Maria. We really appreciate it. The hay, like I said, it's lasting about 5.5, 6 days right now, and that's all they eat, except for the old boys who need a little extra. And they love to graze, and they're in a dry lot, so there's nothing growing in this fenced-in area, the paddock that they live in. We do have grass patchers, but they can only be over there for about 3 hours a day in the summer. So this is the way to control their diet, make sure they get the best nutrients and stay healthy. How you doing, Molly? And these are Jerusalem donkeys, so if you don't know about that, maybe we'll talk about that next week. But I don't know if you can see the cross. Let's look at Becky. You can see it really good on her. Right up her back. They wear a cross. So they're Mediterranean donkeys that they're small, but then also they're Jerusalem donkeys in that they all have a cross. And there's some cool stories about that. So I'll talk about that in another video. But thank you to everybody who's supporting us by watching our videos and liking and sharing and commenting. That always helps us get in front of more people. The algorithm picks up when you're commenting. So even if you just say hello, that always helps, because more activity equals more exposure. And more exposure is more people that can meet these buggers. And we don't have any other sponsors lined up right now, so if you feel compelled and you have the resources to do so, we always love the support. If not, just those likes and comments are plenty of support too. We love sharing these buggers with you, and we're always interested to know what kind of videos you want to see and pictures and stuff like that. So they will change, so just keep in mind, if you're trying to remember them by their coloring, it all changes throughout the year. So when they shed this out by the end of summer, they'll be a totally different color. You can see even on Marv here, he's got a cross too. It's pretty cool. So we'll end it with some crunching. Hi, you can give another kiss. Thank you. Say thank you, Maria. Thank you. Oh, Marv, you're so sweet. And we'll catch up with you next week, and once we have some other videos to share. It's not really the most exciting time of year. They don't really have anywhere to run and play too much that's safe, so they're going pretty slow. So I'm gonna shut up now and we'll just get some chomping. Whoa, it's okay. Oh, buddy, you got stuck in there? Look at that. Now they're going to play. They're here. Thank you. Hope you're having a good week, everybody.